man. Reacting to massive changes coming to the NBA. If y'all ain't see the trades, boy, them trades is hot, boy. Look into it.
What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team, stand up! Why you lie? It's July. I don't know if I'm gonna do that crow now. I just had to throw that one back in there, bro. Yo, it is the first day of July, y'all.
Oh, flight June over. Dang.
No more June, but hey, it's all good, man. We still lit in this bit, man. Hey,
okay.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, I was not gonna plan on reacting to this video, but a couple of people actually told me that there's some new NBA rules or some crazy changes actually incoming, and this title is not actually clickbait. So we're gonna actually have to check this out.
On April 1st of this year, the NBA and its players agreed to a new collective bargaining agreement. The announcement of this new CBA broke news for about a day or two.
Officially signed new CBA, which starts July 1st, which is today.
And then it was shrugged off in the midst of the regular season. For the most part, it's a bunch of contract jargon, new financial structuring and incentives, nuanced agreements between owners and players that us fans couldn't care less about.
Okay.
But built into the details of this fairly routine league adjustment are three major rule changes to how the NBA will operate. Three adjustments to rules, systems, awards, and honors that have been in place for decades and will change the way the NBA and its players navigate the season.
Really?
Today's spot.
No one cares.
Thank you, Flight. Thank you.
Alright.
Coming into effect starting with the 2023-2024 NBA season, the league has a new CBA. Among the slosh of financial mumbo-jumbo that I couldn't give a rat's ass about, there are three major changes taking place from this season forward. The first one is a new rule regarding the minimum number of games a player must play to receive individual awards and or be eligible for all NBA team selection.
Now,
Players must play in at least 65 games to be eligible for major individual awards, including all NBA. The league is ostensibly doing this to discourage load management. Oh.
we heard about this rule on and off. I think probably this is like the number one thing a lot of people are talking about, especially with this situation with going down with, like, you know what I'm saying, like Ja or just other players that are like injured and stuff like that, and that's necessarily just getting in trouble, whatever. But I ain't gonna lie, I am not a fan of this rule. I actually meant to talk about this, like,
nigga, what? Why? If you ain't playing majority of the season, you don't get those awards, bro. You can't be an all-NBA nigga and play 30 games. Just because your name's Stephen Curry or LeBron James. That's not fair to the other people who actually work.
Rule for, like, honestly, like a minute, bro. But I kind of, like, was not in the... Because there was other stuff I was talking about, so it kind of slipped my head. But, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. This isn't it. Like, how does this type of rule make sense? Like, let's be realistic right now, bro. At this time period that we're...
So what you're saying is, if you don't play for majority of the season, you can still win MVP? Come on now.
In right now, it's damn near impossible for a player to play at least damn near 60-plus games. Like, if a player is playing 65-plus games in this time period with the way social media is, and not necessarily just distractions, let alone, but just a lot more things going on in the world, it feels like, compared to what it was back then. Like, come on, bro. Like, how is this even, like, really possible? 60. So you mean to tell me out of 82 games, you're only expecting somebody to miss no more than 20 games and they're not eligible for no type of award? That doesn't make any type of sense. I feel like they need to at least dumb it down to 45 games. Like, be more realistic.
No. 65 is realistic. You can play in a game, just don't play the... You don't got to play 30 minutes. You don't got to play 40 minutes. At least put up 20-some minutes if you're feeling that hurt or you're feeling that tired. The hell, you have other players on your team. It's a team. But you can't miss majority of your games and expect to still get the big MVP awards. That's not how it works, bro.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to see a lot more players that had underperformances during the season versus the players that had crazy breakout seasons. And just because they played 1 or 2 games less, and who knows, they could have had an actual emergency off the court. That's going to tell me
previously, this threshold was 58 games, or about 70% of the season. But under the new CBA rules, a player now must play at least 65 games in a season to qualify for all awards.
Bro, and look at this. Even how, like, you know how the slots right here for the NBA stuff, like, this literally shows that how are you going to make it a little bit more than, I understand, like, maybe half You know what I'm saying? This is even too much. 58 games. But bro,
it only went up
it
7
needs to be
games.
enforced, bro.
The overarching goal of this change being to reduce the amount of load management around the
Yeah,
league.
7 games.
And surely this change will do just that. Over the last 3 seasons, of the 45 players who were selected to an All-NBA team, 15 of them wouldn't have even qualified under the new rules. In fact, LeBron James would have missed the cut in all of the last 3 seasons. And 15 superstars not playing enough games over the course of
And you know, my man Curry got screwed for a lot of awards this year too. Like, you know what I'm saying, had a nice season and everything still.
seasons may not sound like much.
Do I play COD? No. But I can get the game. It just depends on which COD though.
Until you realize that in the previous 19 seasons combined, only 15 players made All-NBA
Warzone, I can download Warzone back and play it.
teams without playing at least 70% of the season. A requirement that pushes for about 10% more games played throughout a season for every superstar around the league may have a larger impact on the game than you would think. Which leads Ben Rohrbach of Yahoo Sports to beg the question, is it worth squeezing a handful more games from these stars to risk rewarding less prestigious candidates? Yes, absolutely. And this minimum game requirement will also be in effect.
Like, it's just 7 more games. You can't play 7 more games with at least 10 minutes on your clock? The fuck?
For individual awards such as the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and so on. The minimum game requirement here will have less of an effect on the league since voters are already in a silent agreement that in order to be the best at anything, you have to play most of the games. This is the exact reason why, excluding shortened seasons, there's only been 2 MVP recipients that played less than 70 games since the league moved to the 82-game schedule.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Looking at this is insane.
Like,
Bro,
nigga, it's not impossible. Eat right, stay out the way, and who?
look at 1992 Michael Jordan. Bro, 91 Jordan played 80. He played every single game. Every single game is insane. Every single game is insane. My man Iverson with the 71 games.
1968.
Then you got, damn, Kobe even did it too in 08. I didn't even know this. This is crazy. He had 82 games. LeBron had 81. LeBron had multiple 75 plus games. And this is crazy. For a big man to play 82 plus games. Now, okay, now I see why the NBA is making this rule. They're having a huge standpoint in category. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you, Carl. This is insane, bro. 49 games, bro, and he still got the MVP.
Bill Walton in 1978. And Joel Embiid just this past season.
And then 2020, yeah, a couple had a shorter season, so it
But
makes
still,
sense.
we will.
That's crazy how 2012, 2020, yeah, they was shortened seasons because of certain reasons. So I wonder if history is ever going to repeat itself.
Inevitably see this new rule begin to change the way stars around the league navigate each season. Over the past decade, here are award winners that, under the new rules, wouldn't have even been eligible.
Defensive Player of the Year, based off the games. It would have been. Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Including Jaren Jackson Jr. for Defensive Player of the Year in 2023. Now,
2 games off, I don't think that's bad. If they hold, especially Kawhi Leonard, if they hold a nigga off of 1 or 2 games, then you're dick eating. I'm sorry. You're dick
one
eating.
caveat to this rule change is that there will be exceptions under specific circumstances. For example, if a player has a season-ending injury, the minimum game requirement will drop from 65 to 62 games. Also, any game where a player plays at least 20 minutes will count as a game played. And I think we can all see exactly how this exception will be exploited. And to that
Exactly. These NBA players going to play 20 minutes, or at least give it like a little 25 minutes. Boom, they out for the rest of the game for load management.
demonstrate this, I want to point y'all to AC Green. Throughout the 80s and 90s, Green was a solid contributor in the NBA, but his legacy is remembered for his untouchable record for consecutive games played in an NBA career. From 1986 to 2001, AC Green did not miss a single basketball game. Not one. 1,192 consecutive games over the course of 16 years. A record that I'd be willing to bet any.
Bro, that is not human. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
You played every single game, every scrape of the minute for 16 years? Yikes.
That is not human at all, bro.
Talk about dedication, bro.
Damn. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You may call me crazy. That is a little bit more impressive than Wilt Chamberlain's like 100-point game. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's impressive in a lot of records.
No, it's not. It's up there. No, it's not.
Bro, to play that long and not miss one single game and even just be like, damn, I need a break, bro. This basketball issue is repetitive as heck, bro.
What we'll fail to mention is that in order to set this record, AC Green had numerous games where he would simply check into the game for a few possessions and then check back out.
Nah, bro! Okay, nah, I take that back. Bro, no, that is cheating. Yo.
Aware of his streak, and he would do anything in his power to keep it going until the day he retired.
Okay, no, okay, I take it back. Okay, never mind. It's not more impressive than Wilt Chamberlain. It's still impressive the fact that he had that memory to just still play every single game. But bro, that's like a nigga just saying, "Hey, man, check me in for 5 seconds. Let me just run up the court." Man, yo.
Check into a game and then inexplicably check back out after 21 minutes. It's a matter of how many stars will do this and how often. But this rule change is certainly a step in the right direction. Now, the next rule change that was included in the new CBA is one that fans have been asking for years. The NBA has become a positionless league. Is Steph Curry a point guard, or is he really a shooting guard? Probably a little bit of both. Is Jimmy Butler a power forward? Of course not. And yet he's listed as one. If you look up the words shooting guard in the dictionary, you'll find a picture of Klay Thompson. And yet he's listed as a small forward. Positions don't matter, and the NBA is finally taking notice of this starting next season and the way that they vote for all NBA teams. Because from this upcoming season forward, all NBA teams will no longer be restricted to 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center. Instead,
what?
All NBA teams will be positionless. The 5 players who receive the most first-place votes will simply be first-team All-NBA. Players who earn the 6th through 10th most votes will be second-team All-NBA, and 11th through 15th will be named third-team All-NBA.
What? So you can have just 5 centers, All-NBA. Yikes, bro.
This change in the structure of how all NBA teams are chosen will fundamentally change the contractual leverage of players around the league and the legacy they leave behind. This past season, Nikola Jokic, the best player in the world, didn't even make first-team All-NBA. Only one center is allowed to make first-team, and that spot went to Joel Embiid. Rudy Gobert has 4 All-NBA selections in his career. You want to know how many All-NBA teams Vince Carter made in his 22-year career? 2. I know, right? Guess how many All-NBA teams Ray Allen has made in his career? 2. What about Dennis Rodman? You guessed it. 2. In fact, Rudy Gobert has more career All-NBA selections than Vince Carter, Ray Allen, Dennis Rodman, DeMarcus Cousins, Manu Ginobili, Draymond Green, Kevin Love, Alonzo Mourning, Klay Thompson, Bill Walton, James Worthy, Devin Booker, Chris Bosh, Kevin McHale, Earl Monroe, Derrick Rose, and Peja Stojakovic. Appalling. The old All-NBA voting system was broken, and it had been for years. But the most egregious case of this failed voting system came back in 2016, when DeAndre Jordan, who was never, at any point in his career, even considered a top 30 player in the league, made first-team All-NBA. That's right. Because of this voting system, DeAndre Jordan was virtually named a top 5 player in the NBA. That same season, Kevin Durant at
top
his
5.
apex,
Bro, DeAndre Jordan, a top 5 players.
Did not make first-team All-NBA. Change was in need, and to demonstrate just how much these alterations will affect the NBA, here are the All-NBA teams from 2023. Now, considering the new minimum game requirements and the positionless voting.
It's just so crazy. Curry is not in any of this, and he's literally like, there's only like 1 or 2 players. I mean, what Curry's right there. I've said it this out.
This is how the 2023 All-NBA teams would
Shit,
look.
Dickie.
under
He
should be in the
new
first
rules,
NBA team.
according to voting results. Giannis, Steph, Butler, Lillard, and LeBron all missed too many games to make the cut. Jokic makes first team with Embiid. Sabonis, Fox, and Randall all get promoted to second team, and 4 players in Markkanen, Holiday, Brunson, and Anthony Edwards all make their first All-NBA team. Now, the last major change that we'll see in this upcoming season is the new in-season tournament. No official structure of the tournament has been announced yet, but the basic framework is set, and it'll look something like this. The league will be divided into 6 pools of 5 teams. Pools will be comprised of teams from the same conference. And that's about the extent of this plan making any sense. Because out of the established pools of teams, there will be designated days during the first 6 weeks of the season where teams will play within their pool. The winner of each 6 pools will advance to a single elimination stage along with 2 wildcard teams. The league has yet to announce how these wildcard teams will be determined, so maybe record. The semifinals and finals will be played at a neutral site, and the players on the winning tournament team will receive 500.
All right, hold on. We're gonna rewind that back.
Thank you. Like, what the fuck?
It will be something like this. The league will be divided into
This is a new NBA in-season tournament.
6 pools of 5 teams. Pools will be comprised of teams from the same conference. And that's about the extent of this plan making any sense. Because out of the established pools of teams, there will be designated days during the first 6 weeks of the season where
Tournament seeding will be based on in-season results of pool games, first 6 weeks of the season.
teams will play within their pool. The
What?
winner of each 6 pools will advance to a single elimination
The winner of the in-season matchup will advance to the knockout round.
stage along with 2 wildcard teams. The league has yet to announce how these wildcard teams will be determined, so maybe record. The semifinals and finals will be played at a neutral site, and the players on the winning tournament team will receive $500,000 each. But here's where it gets really
So this is in the middle of the season? Can somebody explain a lot of this in the comments, please?
Like,
weird.
what the fuck?
Each NBA team will only be scheduled for 80 games on the season. Teams that do not advance to the knockout round of the tournament will have 2 games added to their schedule, and the teams that make the final round of the tournament will play 83 total games. So let me get this straight. This new in-season tournament will affect the scheduling of the regular season. It will have qualifying rounds built throughout the season. It will lead to some teams playing more games in a season than others. But most importantly, I don't know if anyone's even going to care. The teams that are already good might not care about the in-season tournament because they have bigger goals. And the teams that have no chance at contending for a championship and might care to win the tournament probably won't have a shot. I think the single elimination format could work in favor of less capable teams, but are the title contenders for the postseason not also the same teams that will be favored to win the in-season tournament? Will the rich not just get richer while bad teams continue to have no shot at winning anything? Over the last decade, the NBA has added a handful of new awards that players can win throughout the season. The Hustle Award, Teammate of the Year Award, Clutch Player of the Year, Eastern and Western Conference MVPs. These extra awards get more
Wait, nigga, what? Hustle Award?
players and fan bases involved. But if we're being
The nigga who tries the most? The fuck?
completely honest, no one really cares about these additive accolades. Who won the Hustle Award in 2020? Who won the Teammate of the Year Award in 2021? Similar to these secondary awards, I think the midseason tournament could be a fun detour from the regular season. But I'm not sure how much value or even importance it will hold, especially considering it will uproot the entire structure of the regular season. But what do y'all think? Do you like the changes coming to the NBA?
Man, do
If
y'all
you
like
had
the
power,
changes?
what changes would you make? If the 5 best players in the league are 5 point guards, does it make sense to have them all first team All-NBA? What if the 10 best players in the league all play less than 65 games? Would it really make sense to have the 11th most valuable player in the NBA win the MVP? How does Rudy
No.
freaking Gobert have more All-NBA selections than Vince Carter? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always,
Bro, that is
until next
crazy,
time.
bro. Rudy Gobert has more All-NBA than Vince Carter, man. Hey, apparently they think Rudy Gobert's the better player, man. Shout out to Rudy Gobert. That's the man. Man, I need y'all to explain some of these rules down below. How do y'all feel about this? Is the NBA honestly doing too much, or are they doing just enough?
My head was about to fucking explode when he was explaining that little playing tournament. I'm sorry.